so it's really, it's no different. Wow. Thank you so much. I mean, what a way to start the concert. Guys, you better sound good. Oh boy. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It is our Pops concert, and it's kind of a unique way that we've always ended the year as far as concert goes. Kind of a laid-back type of performance, because many of our other performances are kind of not stressful, but they're always related to contests and doing well there. And so, yeah, they're a little more stressful. So tonight, we just kind of sit back, relax, play some music, honor some people, and just have a good time. And but I know that tonight also has a little bit more special meaning, personally, and so I thank you so much for being here, because this place has meant a lot to me. And just having your sons and daughters or alumni it's just, I'll talk more later, but it's been great. And Perkins has meant a lot to me. As you don't stay somewhere 31 years if you're not having a good time. And it's been wonderful. I'll say a few more words later. So thank you so much for being here. The people here, we're going to play a few tunes. The concert band is going to go first. Then our wind director starts playing. Well, let's give them a round of applause. Hey, well, if I told you in advance, you would have left. Oh, we need some people over here. These are all very famous people, too. I hope you recognize Jen Long, principal over at Furry. She was a field commander. That's how that all worked out. She was also our daughter's only babysitter, so that's how she fell in love with teaching that kind of stuff. All right, are you guys ready? We're doing the Star Spangled Banner. What do you mean by we do?
Jace did a last year. Make sure she does it. You do a good job.
Like right behind. Never forget.
Some things never change. Well, you haven't yet. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
would look like a tornado that just whipped through the office at any given moment. But Mr. Kustic's desk, he's more of a my label maker has a label kind of guy. And so Mr. O'Shaughnessy used to play this game with Mr. Kustec, and when he was out of the office, he would say, watch this. Go over and just move a pen a little bit. Mr. Kustec would come in, start working, about 30 seconds later. And then he'd find it and move it back. And then he'd go back while working. So by taking the mic, he just had a state of panic. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jeff Link. I'm a graduate from the class of '99, and I'm just going to say a few remarks on behalf of all the past students that we've had. And I'm going to use some notes because there's so many things, I wouldn't want to leave anything out. So how do you begin to even process and talk about the impact that one person can have on so many? When I started this process, I looked at Mr. Kustec's career through my own eyes, and those are the people who I went to Perkins with. Over my time at Perkins, it seems like there were so many wonderful things to talk about just in that time. And then I realized that I was missing the bigger picture, because that's just a small sampling over a much larger career. So allow me a moment to give a brief overview of Mr. Kustec's career. He began his teaching in 1978 at St. Mary's Central Catholic. He inherited a band of about 20 students, and a program that needed a little TLC. He stayed at St. Mary's for 5 years, quadrupled the size of the program, and took them to state contests 3 times. That is notoriety that has not been seen since he left at St. Mary's. And he accomplished all of that as a brand new teacher, cutting his teeth and finding his way. In 1983, Mr. Kustec began the next chapter of his career by heading across town to take a band director position with Perkins Local School. Unlike St. Mary's, Mr. K found himself taking the reins of a program that was already successful and established. Most would have been happy just to maintain the success, but he had visions of taking it to a whole other level. This is when he began a working relationship with Tom O'Shaughnessy, and this relationship would turn into so much more than just a working relationship between these 2 fantastic teachers. Some statistics. 31 years at Perkins, 31 superior ratings at district contests with the wind ensemble. Years at Perkins, 31 years qualifying for state with the marching band. And during all 31 of those years, he successfully hosted the North Coast OMEA competition, which is the longest running and one of the most successful marching band competitions in the state of Ohio. Just about as busy as one person could be, he agreed to become a hosting tutor for the Music in the Parks Corporation in conjunction with Cedar Point. And he's hosted that successfully for almost 30 years, bringing thousands of students into our community here in Perkins, making sure they had a positive experience by showing them wonderful hospitality. Additionally, he has chaired the OMA District Contest several times and has served as a judge for the District 2 Honor Band every year. As if all that was not enough, he has worked with the students as an orchestra conductor for dozens of shows, been a conductor of the jazz band, the brass choir, as well as worked with countless number of students for solo and ensemble. For those of you who have been involved in this program, you know that it is not at all uncommon to see marching bands that were considerably smaller than Perkins, who had a much larger staff. Most years it was just Mr. O and Mr. K, and in the years when they were able to have a small staff, it was almost always made up entirely of alumni. That says a lot about a program that meant so much to so many that they wanted to come back and be involved with it. If you were to ask Mr. Kustec or Mr. O'Shaughnessy about any of this, they would immediately deflect from themselves, talk about how wonderful the other one is, and then praise everyone else.
They would go on and on about the fantastic students and parents, talk about the administrators they worked with, anything to deflect from themselves and give the credit to others. There's a famous quote in education that says, "A student doesn't know how much you know until they know how much you care." This was never an issue with Mr. Kustec or Mr. O'Shaughnessy because we all knew how much they cared. When I talked to Mr. O'Shaughnessy about this, he said this about Mr. Kustec. Mr. Kustec has an amazing ability, beyond anyone I've ever known, to focus on what needs to be done. He's able to compartmentalize and do a phenomenal amount of high-quality work, all while being incredibly professional and keeping a positive attitude. Mr. Kustec gives of himself tirelessly every day and does so with a smile on his face. When he's at Meadowlawn, he instills a passion for music from day one with the 5th grade students. He never allows himself to be distracted by major events happening at the high school or issues going on at Briar. Additionally, he does not allow the stress or the hours of doing beginning band to take away any of the energy or focus from the high school. Whatever building he is working with and whatever grade he's working with, they are the most important part of his job. No student has ever had to feel secondary working with him. Mr. Kustec is so many things to so many people. A husband, a father, a mentor, a teacher, and a friend. How do you begin to show your appreciation to such a man? So, Mr. Kustec, on behalf of all the students and parents whose lives you have impacted in so many ways, both large and small over the years, I would like to extend our sincerest congratulations on your retirement and our most humble appreciation for all you have meant to all of us. I would now like to introduce the person who has been a student of Mr. Kustec's every day of her life, Jen Kustec.
All of that, I'm so lucky. First of all, thank you all so much for coming. Isn't Facebook awesome? Especially because he doesn't have one, so. Oh, sorry. We'll work on that once you retire. So, just the other night, I was in town, and we went out to dinner, and we were talking about one of my dad's, not immediate colleagues, but I guess you could call her a colleague, who is maybe not the most humble person in the world, and commissioned a couple pieces of music for herself. And he said, "Oh man, that's one thing I forgot to do, get a piece of music commissioned." Well, I am here to finally, I have had to bite my tongue so many times about this. We've had a little project going that I finally get to share with you. How about meet me in the middle here for a second, because I just want to show you something. There's this little website called GoFundMe, and that big number right there, $7,120, is the amount of money that many people in this room, along with many people who are elsewhere tonight, have raised to commission a piece of music to honor your work. It's pretty incredible. Is that just an amazing amount of money in and of itself, but my original fundraising goal, before I had talked to a couple different composers and had numbers locked down, was $4,000, and we raised that in under 48 hours. So that just goes to show that really just goes to show how loved you are. And once I finally got the composer I wanted, and I'm putting off saying his name as long as possible, I raised it to $7,000, and you have greatly surpassed that as well. So thank you to everyone here who helped with that effort. So, on behalf of everyone who donated, I would like to present to you a contract for a composition to be completed in the fall by Mr. David Holsinger, your all-time favorite band composer. Just to walk some of you through this contract, it is going to be a grade 4 festival piece, which is somewhat similar to the piece Niles Dance that the band just played for contest this year. In terms of difficulty, 4 to 6 minutes long. It'll be done hopefully sometime in the fall. He is starting to work on it shortly, and I can just say that this composer, Mr. Holsinger, is absolutely incredible to work with, and though he's never met you, I'm hoping to hook you up on the phone soon. Well, yeah, but I don't know if he really remembers, let's be honest. But he will remember now. Anyway, yeah, so this, from Mr. Holsinger and everyone who contributed, to you for a gift that will last a lifetime. Introduce one final person to come up and speak tonight for some comic relief, Mr. Tom O'Shaughnessy.
The switch. There's a few things that Jen didn't mention, okay? First of all, that $4,000 in 48 hours, it was worded that if you pay, he will leave. So, didn't know I was going to get a mic, did you? As far as Clarissa Williams, who was just a great, that was wonderful, that was wonderful. All right. There she is. That's great. And Trey, wow. But as far as Clarissa goes, she was off to a wonderful start in 7th grade. She was just doing a great job. And then he comes in, starts giving her this water, this food, and these donuts. Pretty soon she wasn't practicing at all. So I had to lock him out of the practice. Seriously, the alumni here, which is great. The alumni people, if we can just applaud right now, it's just so good to see. One of the things that they decided to do, or the several alumni asked, is that we kind of had a tradition in band camp. At the end of band camp, called the band camp blues. And I really thought there was going to be a group of us up here until about an hour and a half ago, when I was told that, hey, why don't you do this alone? So this is an audience participation thing that you have to do. And this is Mr. K's Band Camp Blues. And these lyrics were written by several alumni and myself. And so this is for you. Now, first of all, you got to know the verse, or what is it, the chorus. Okay? The refrain, thank you, I couldn't find the word. See, you leave teaching, you just can't think of it. All right. But the refrain goes, we got, no. We got the band camp, we got the band camp blues. Well, the food is always inferior, but it helps to make the band superior. Excellent. Fast learners. Okay, here we go. Okay, alumni, you know what to do. Ready? And one.
Da da
Come on.
da 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 da.
For more than 3 decades, we rode the Kelly's Ferry. But Keister survived it, and so did his Harry. The band camp blues. We got the band camp blues. Well, the food is always inferior. It helps to make the band superior. He sat on a tower with a cooler and a chair, while the rest of us fried. It just wasn't fair. Well, the food is always inferior, but it helps to make the band superior. When on the field, we stared at our packets, but once it was dance time, we stared at his sparkling jackets. We got the band camp blues. Well, the food is always inferior, but it helps to make the band superior. Sometimes it rained and soaked the lads and lasses. The mud got so deep, it went up to our rears. Well, the food is always inferior, but it helps to make the band superior. Don't throw rocks at the cabin. Don't take others' goods. And most important, don't pee in the woods. Well, the food is always inferior. It helps to make the band superior. Each band was different. Each year a new addition. But the superiors continued, along with pride and tradition.
It's always inferior. Da da da. It helps to make the band superior. Da 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 da.
John Kustec is so special. He is truly one of a kind. He made us better people as he molded our minds. And one last verse. While it goes unsaid, we all know it's true. He made us a family just from playing some tunes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am humbled beyond humbling. Like Jeff said, this it's almost embarrassing for me. So I apologize that you had to sit through. You know, teaching was a passion for me. I didn't realize how much of a passion it was going to be until I actually got into it. But to be able to share your love of music with young people and watch them grow from little boys and girls in the 5th grade to young men and women as they leave these halls in a few weeks is just, it's a dream. And I have lived the dream for 36 years. It has been amazing. I can't put into words. It was not a job. I don't think my family ever heard me say, I'm going to work because it was band practice, or I'm going to school, or I'm going to rehearsal. But never did they hear me say work, because quite honestly, it was an experience. It was love of kids, love of parents. The people that I need to thank will be here in a long time. And it has been such an honor and such a privilege to be able to serve in this position. And I never took it lighthearted, because there are many people out there who are very envious of what we have here. And so I always try to do the best and put the kids first, and they took it and they did what they had to do. And it's because of them that we have all these amazing records. And you start them and you give them a goal, and they respond. And it's just been, the talent that I've had the opportunity to work with is absolutely amazing. And to be honored by those same people is, it's almost embarrassing, as I said, but I truly thank you. I truly thank you. Sometimes you wonder if you're making an impact and doing the right things, and it can be frustrating at times, because when you're working in a system that sometimes puts a lot of pressure on you to do other things besides teach, there's so much paperwork anymore. Sometimes you wonder, am I really having an impact on these kids? And then you walk into band practice, and they just cheer you up, and you know, it's amazing. I've had a dream job, ladies and gentlemen, and it's not a job. I've had a dream experience. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you've given me over the 31 years that I've been here, for all the parents that have supported the band program, that have been there without me even calling, just showing up and saying, okay, you need something? Let's go. From the administrators who have supported our program. I've never had an administrator that has ever been against or done anything to hurt our band program. They've been fantastic people to work with. My colleagues at Perkins, the teachers that I've known, you know, I go to 3 buildings and I know a lot of teachers, and they're amazing people. They're day in and day out to give of themselves to make sure our students are getting a great education. I'm starting to joke, so. And then, you know, the students, I thank them obviously the most, because starting in 5th grade, I tell them right away, you know, you are part of something that is bigger than any of us, and you are going to be, when you get to high school, a part of a program that is the envy of the state of Ohio. And it has been that way for many years, and it's because of these people and you people and the parents and all of them, administrators. It's because of you folks, and you have honored me immensely just by doing what you do. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't know how else to put it into words. Yeah, she's here somewhere. Does anybody know where that kid's mom is? Oh, there she is. Oh, he was that your brother, Mike? Oh, he was visiting Michael, okay. It's your fault. Wow. So to have this, you know, to have my daughter and put this piece of music out there, which will last an eternity. I mean, people will play that forever. What an honor that is. And for all the alumni that donated to that, I thank you so much. It's a tremendous honor. And I don't know if I deserve it all, to be honest, but I've worked, I've tried to instill in our kids the love of music and also being great people, because once you leave Perkins High School, you may not play your instrument again, but you're definitely going to have to live in society. And if you're a good person and you treat people with respect and you learn how to treat others the way you want to be treated, you're going to go a long way and you're going to be very successful. So our band has a lot more to offer than just the teaching of music. But I thank you immensely for this evening and for all of you being here. It means so much. And to know you folks is to love you, and because of you, I am a much better person. Thank you very much. So what we're going to do is the alumni are joining us for Stars and Stripes. Now, toward the end of the piece, those of you that know the piece of music, there's a huge piccolo thing, and I think we have like 6 or 7 piccolos. So, as a fundraiser, we were going to sell earplugs to the people in the few rows, because you are about to hear something that is going to be pretty different. And everybody has 2 ears, so if we charge $10 a plug, we could make $20 on a person. Why? We'd have those uniforms too. So, but as a band director, you're always thinking of ways to raise money. But we're just going to make you suffer, so just listen as we play. No, it's not something. They were doing an amazing job. What we're going to play is Stars and Stripes Forever. But before we do that, the alumni are going to play the fight song. It's amazing how many of them still remember. So present day band members cannot help. Present day band members cannot help. So here we go. Here's the fight song from the alumni going all the way from 87. You graduated in 87, so you still look like the first average. And from 87 to last year, I think we have people here. Do we have anybody from 86? No? Okay. And Christian, you're... Okay. So, we are going to have them play the fight song. Here we go. Pretty good. I thought that was really good. Selection and so many better than but thank you so much again for being here. Please come up and say hello if you have a moment to stick around afterwards. So, Stars and Stripes Forever.